Namaste. Today's video is not going to be a recipe video. It's going to be about, I'm going to make a video about sprouts. And the reason I'm not making a recipe video today is because I'm going to be eating watermelon, nothing but watermelon all day. I bought a giant watermelon a couple of days ago and we have cut into it, so I need to eat it. And the only way that I can do that is by eating pretty much nothing but watermelon all day. So this morning I'm going to have a green juice just to make sure I get the right nutrients into myself, and then I'm just going to eat watermelon for the rest of the day. But this video is not about watermelon fasting, it is about sprouts. So I just want to show you guys how simple, how easy it is to do this in your own kitchen, because I think everybody should be growing their own sprouts. Like if you like to eat sprouts, you should do this, because like a little tub of alfalfa sprouts in, like here in Canada in the grocery store, is like $3.50, and for this little bag of sprouting seeds is like $2.50. And I can get, it says it grows up to 30 cups of sprouts. I don't think I quite get 30 cups out of it the way I do it, but still, it's like, it's a huge price difference. Okay, you're wasting your money buying those little jars of little containers of sprouts. So I'm going to show you first of all what I have here. This is the sprouts that I already have going. This is a blend of one of these. This is a blend of broccoli, radish, alfalfa, and clover. And these are fantastic. This is so good. And this has been going for probably a couple of days. And the jar is already, it's almost half full with little sprouts. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make some more to keep me in sprouts. So I started those 3 days ago. And I'm starting some new ones today. 2 days from now, I'll be eating those. And then these will be about where those are. And then I will make another jar in 2 days from that. And it just continues on that cycle, right? That way I always have sprouts. I only need a jar like this at a time to keep me going. I eat a lot of green food. And I love including sprouts in my diet. I stuff red peppers with them. I do all, like, lettuce wraps, all kinds. Like, I do lots of things with sprouts. I will top raw soups with sprouts. I do all kinds of things like that. Sprouts are amazing. They're so good for you, and they are, I almost want to say they're better than a raw food because they're a living food. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but there is something really powerful about eating food with an activated life force, like when we can pick a fruit off a tree and eat it. We're gonna get way more out of it than if it's been sitting on the shelf in a grocery store for, you know, a couple of days after a long trip from wherever it came from and all of that stuff. So anyway, sprouts. I'm getting so distracted today. Okay, so this is my jar of sprouts that I have going. 2 days from now, I'll be eating it. And so today, I'm going to be making some more. And today, I'm making red clover sprouts. These are really tasty. I love them a lot. And I like to use different kinds of sprouts. Like I like to rotate the different kinds of sprouts that I'm using, because I get a different nutritional profile from each one, right? They all do something different. So here is my mason jar, and this is what I make sprouts in. And I'm just going to pour some seeds in the bottom there. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that, about how many seeds are in the bottom there. If you, I just measured this out actually to see how much it is and how much that I normally will put in there. And it's about 2.5 tablespoons of seeds. Okay, so 2.5 tablespoons of seeds goes into the jar. And then we're going to put some fresh water in there. Okay, there we go. So there's my seeds with the water. Okay, I'm just going to swirl that around a little bit. Get them all nice and coated with the water. Now, what I normally do is I will let this sit with the water in it for about 20 minutes to half an hour before I drain the water. It just helps give the seeds a little head start on sprouting. And then what I do is I just take like a little tiny piece of cheesecloth and I put it right over here like this. And then I take the lid, like the ring for the mason jar, and I just put it right on top. Okay. Now you can actually buy sprouting lids for mason jars specifically for this purpose. So like all you need to get is the lid and then you're good to go. I just use a cheesecloth. It's what I have. I use cheesecloth for other things, so I have it. It's just always around. And then what I do is cut around the edge. You don't have to cut the edge off. You can just leave the cloth on there like that. I just like to tidy it up a little bit. Okay, so there's that. Okay, and so then once these have soaked for about 20 minutes to half an hour, I'm going to drain them and rinse them with fresh water. And then after that, you're going to rinse twice a day. Once when you get up in the morning and once before bed. And that is actually it. It is so easy to do. There's no real, like, I want to say there's no method to it. The only method I really have is like my timing on the days so that I can keep myself always in a constant supply of sprouts so I can use them in my cooking and things like that. But yeah, that's really it. You just, and I'll show you how to rinse them because I have these ones right here. So you just take them. You just take the jar, and you don't need to take the lid off or anything. You just put some water in there, just switch it around, and you get the water out. And that is all you do. You do this twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, and you make sure get as much water out of there as you can. They don't need to be soaking in it. They just need to be hydrated is all they need. Okay. And then I will lay the jar on its side like this. And the nice thing about rinsing it every day is that as like you shake it around and move the water around and everything, and it moves the seeds around so they don't get like super. You'll see if you try this, the seeds will like eventually they get like very stuck together. So one of my favorite uses for sprouts actually is raw sushi. A lot of people use cauliflower rice to make raw sushi. I prefer sprouts. One of the reasons for that is the nutritional profile of sprouts is like ridiculous. There's, I think it's something like the full grown leaf of whatever seed you're using, the sprout of it has something like 10 times more vitamins and minerals in it than the full grown leaf. So, I mean, that's just amazing right there. It's absolutely incredible. And with like today's depletion in soil and stuff like that. Like it's worth it to do something like this. And anybody can do this, right? You need a mason jar and a piece of cheesecloth or a sprouting lid, and that is it, right? Like you don't need anything fancy. You don't need a green thumb. You don't need to know how to grow things. These grow by themselves. It just happens, right? Anyway, so that's how to do it, and that's my rotation of it. I start a new jar of sprouts about every 5 days, and that keeps me in sprouts all the time. So I have one jar here that's soaking. I'm actually doing 2 jars today. And this one is a different blend. This one is the same blend as this one, which is, what is it? Broccoli, radish, alfalfa, and clover. That's what these are. Anyways, if you like this video about how to make sprouts, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for tons of raw vegan awesomeness, because I am pumping out new recipes almost every day. And before I go, I just want to show you this massive watermelon that I get to eat today, because it is it's fantastic. It's so big. Okay, so this is my melon, and like for comparison, that's my head right there, and that's how big this one. That's half of my melon. Okay, it's so big, and that is the reason why I'm not eating anything today besides watermelon, because I have to eat it now. It's open, and I get to eat this watermelon today, and how amazing is that, right? So anyways, I will see you in my next video, and have a great day.